Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another recap for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 2. Before we start off this recap, let me quickly apologize. My internet connection has been a mess. We have had very heavy rainstorms the past couple of days in my city, in my area, and I have a couple of people coming over in the morning tomorrow to check out what is in need of repair so I can get my internet connection going as usual, because it has been a pain in the butt to work on my computer. But that's besides the point. So, let's talk about episode 2 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 13. Not a lot has happened this episode, to be quite honest with you. It was okay, it was lightweight, it was fun. We have Erica and Dorit pretty much making up, once again rehashing the thing of Erica making that comment about Dorit's marriage at last year's BravoCon. We have Crystal planning her 40th birthday. Actually, Garcelle and Sutton planning her 40th birthday in Vegas. So they're prepping for that whole thing. Then we have Kyle and Mauricio being out of sync as ever, and that is primarily what this video is going to be focused on, because I have some interesting thoughts about that. We have Dorit and PK celebrating their anniversary, I guess, with the help of Kyle. And Kyle getting some questions about her marriage from Dorit. And that is pretty much it for this episode, so let us get right into it. Dorit and Erica meet up at the park. Dorit has organized this very, very cute picnic thing for her and Erica to sit down, have a chit-chat, and truly put this thing behind. I'm really happy that they did, because it started to get a little bit old. Dorit opens up to Erica how, regardless of whichever way she actually felt about PK in that moment, she would have gotten hurt, because her and PK have had a challenging year. And to translate that, in my understanding in the whole thing, was that PK is not understanding Dorit's PTSD from experiencing the robberies. My question is, how can you not have empathy for your wife that was held at gunpoint just a year ago? What is there to miscommunicate between these two parties? What is there not to understand? Of course, a lot of bloggers have put the question in the room of, how credible is this whole thing? Was this an alleged insurance scheme orchestrated by PK? Was that the reason for him leaving the country at the time? What's the tea about that? But to be quite honest, I don't think it is, because for you to stage that, also be on national TV, I think it'd be too risky if something were to go wrong. So I personally don't put that past them, that they would do that. I think that's insane to assume. Of course, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but the scenes where Dorit recounted the experience that she was put through were very real, in my opinion. But anyways, we have Dorit getting picked up by Kyle, because Kyle has the assignment from PK to pick her up, take her on a quote-unquote lunch, and actually drive her to the destination of her anniversary. So that's what she does. But whilst driving to that destination, Kyle gets a few questions from Dorit. She's like, is everything okay between you and Mauricio? And Kyle's like, well, yes, I just feel like I've been needing space from, for myself to kind of let loose and whatever and whatnot. And Dorit then asked specifically from your husband. I was like, well, damn. Put her to work, Dorit, okay? Dorit reassures Kyle, basically saying, let's not hash this out, let's not talk about it if you don't want to, in, Real Housewives language. She reassured her, you don't have to speak about this if you're not comfortable. I definitely respect your boundary. But Kyle's like, I just overall needed space from everything. And we feel that because later on in the episode, we have Kyle and Mauricio planning Portia's 15th birthday party. And I think Kyle described it really well. She said they were always so in sync and they just had undeniable chemistry on screen, obviously. And just watching them interact with each other is so cringe. It's just so... Something happened. I cannot put my finger on what yet. I guess we'll maybe find out as soon as the season ends. But something happened that really sparked a really uncomfortable dynamic between the two of them. And you can definitely see that in this episode. He's trying to be all lovey-dovey and hug up on her and kiss her, and she's just ducking away from him. She is definitely not here for it. She looks stressed. She looks bothered. She also brought up to her mother-in-law that she and Mauricio actually have a couple of tattoos, and I know for a fact she did that out of spite. She probably was all up in the moment. That was a very impulsive decision. Even she says that in her confessionals. And he is also kind of telling her to clean up in the kitchen, and she's bothered by that. And he's like, I don't want this on camera. It's not anybody's choice to talk about my tattoo or not. And he kind of walks away. And also, his mom, I think Estella is her name, if I remember correctly, she actually asked Kyle, now, what's going on with you and Mauricio being in these tabloids? People speaking about a separation and a divorce. What is going on? Make it stop. I do not like this. I definitely felt like she was a bit out of order to ask that at her niece's birthday party. I guess she could have chosen a better time. She was not aggressive by any means, but, there's a time and place for everything. So Kyle's a bit bothered by that as well. The whole dynamic is very tense. The daughters, all of them, definitely feel the tense energy at this birthday party. So that's that for Kyle and Mauricio this episode. Pretty much another showcasing of how it's sadly kind of falling apart. Next up, we have Crystal meeting up with her brother and her husband for lunch. They are discussing how his ex-fiancée couldn't come to the U.S. because she had a Chinese passport, which in the end resulted the two of them splitting up. He's talking about how he wants to go to a matchmaker, he wants a wife, he wants to marry, he needs someone fresh, he needs someone, new. He's, I guess, open to date. And he's asking, well, Crystal, would you be open for me to bring home a wife that is, or a girl that is 20 years younger than me? Crystal's like, now, girl, what? But she quickly got reminded that when she met what's her husband's name? Bob, I think. Please, I am so bad with the names. I haven't watched Beverly Hills in a year. Cut me some slack. When she met her husband, she was actually 20 years young. She's still actually 20 years younger, and he looked so old in that flashback picture, and now he actually looks younger. So I guess whatever magic these two have going on is clearly working out for them. They look like a happy couple. Also, I think Crystal is undeniably the prettiest cast member to ever get casted on Beverly Hills. I mean, they're all gorgeous, but I would love for her stylist to put her in something more of edge and something a little bit more daring. She always dresses very classy woman, mature vibes, but she's the youngest in the cast, so I guess whatever. I just wish her styles would give her a little bit more pep in her style. But anyways, we then have Sutton and Garcelle. Garcelle is FaceTiming Sutton about her preparation, her planning for Crystal's 40th birthday party that the two will host in Vegas for Miss Crystal. And Sutton's, preparing a little snacking, a little barbecue at lunch moment for Garcelle because she's coming over. And Garcelle gets very emotional because she kind of halfway breaks down about the whole situation with her son. Him feeling that she's just not as present as she maybe should be. She feels like a failure. They both get very sad, very emotional. And Sutton's like, well, this is the reason why we both are really close and are truly friends, because we're both single moms, both balancing out, having adolescent children with ex-husbands that are still heavily involved in our lives. And I can definitely see the two of them bonding over this and giving each other also some type of advice, because I think the divorce between Sutton and her ex was really ugly as well as the one from Garcelle and her ex-husband. So, and I honestly think Garcelle is the only one in that cast showing us truly how much she has going on her plate, work-wise, family-wise, life-wise. She is truly trying to balance it all and is very raw and real when it comes to displaying the challenges that come with her being, a single parent at the end of the day. Having money or not, I guess she feels like she should see into her son's heart and into her son's feelings a bit more than she did the past couple of months or years. So we then have Dorit and PK meeting up at the hotel. Kyle lured her into that surprise. Dorit is very anxious. I get how maybe some of the viewers would say that it is very extra and over the top, but she's like, I have kids and I'm very anxious about this and I'm a control freak, and we definitely saw this in this episode because Miss Dorit could not let go for 5 single minutes. I definitely understand, but I also wonder, what are the hardships that you and PK are going through at this moment, because she made sure that TMZ caught the both of them having a date night in the... Can you get off of the road, of the street, please? Thanks. I'm currently driving as well, if you haven't noticed. She made sure that TMZ would catch the two of them going on a date night, and I think she wanted to put these rumors to rest that the two of them live separately. I don't know what's going on in that whole realm. I still need to get into it quite a bit, and honestly, it's crazy to me how this year has been the year of Bravo divorces and Bravo hardships and relationships. It seems as if everybody's separating, everybody's breaking up, everybody's getting cheating on each other. It's crazy. It's definitely a wild ride this year. But yeah, I don't have much more to say for this episode. I guess they go on Crystal's birthday trip. We see a preview of next week's episode on how Sutton kind of is mad at the Magic Mike show for whatever reason. I guess we'll come to find out next week. Kyle and Sutton get into it, and the ladies board a very luxurious jet. They seem to have a very good time. So I'm curious to see how that whole mess is going to transpire in next week's episode. But you guys, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell down below so you do not miss out from me and any of my future content. And I'll definitely see you guys in my next video.